Tip top. Tip top. Is that going to be both of us? Huh?
Check.
Test 1, 2, 1, 2. Is tip top going to be both of us or just me? All right, good.
Okay, and do we like Squarespace or we like Tip Top?
We're go flight.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
30. "19 seconds to go. Give me a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Welcome to Loveline. Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
I don't approve of it.
Loveline, the world's therapy couch since 1984. Loveline. Dr. Drew Pinsky, medical doctor, philosopher, philanthropist, certified addiction specialist, the king of transformational media. Mike Catherwood, a former addict, current fitness guru, the ringmaster of the psychosexual addictive personality Big Top.
Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Just get on with it.
Yeah, what's up? This is Rudy Cisneros. I just want to start off the show and say, go Dodgers, dog. You know, because it's a big deal, fool. You know, they just won, dog. Now they go to the next thingy.
Pretty exciting, Rudy.
Oh, it's amazing, fool.
Go Dodgers.
Oh, it's I was there right now. I just could, transport it super fast, dog.
When you were out in the outfield, right?
Yeah, fool.
Blazing out there.
Oh,
Evidently.
dog,
Or is that
it
the
felt like
parking
an
lot?
earthquake, fool. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because, I was crazy blunted. I was
Yeah, I
all
can
drunk,
see that.
borracho of my head, dog. And, they were blasting home runs, fool. And then, next thing I know, it's Dodgers win, man. They're
That's it.
it's whatever. It's remember the Alamo, fool. So, I'm going to bounce now because, I could hardly stand up.
You gonna go party some more
Whatever.
with
fool.
all the Dodger fans?
It's clean.
All right, Rudy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rudy. Thanks for starting off the show. Big show tonight, Dr. Drew.
Yep.
Is it all right to have sex on the first date?
We'll find out.
Yeah, that's our open forum this evening. Open forum happens in the middle of the show, about an hour from right now. And, one of the most successful men in alternative music, Mr. Brandon Boyd from Incubus. He has a new solo project, Sons of the Sea. He will be joining us. That's right, the beautiful Brandon Boyd. He will also be joined by a producer friend of his and a man who is no stranger to selling big records. It's going to be a very interesting show. Dr. Drew and I are in an interesting state of mind because we spent all day filming TV.
Yes.
Yes.
Very fun.
Yes.
Legit.
Yes.
With Jim Jeffries.
Yes.
Felt like I watched a long Jim Jeffries stand-up.
Yes. It was weird to be a real, or at least pretend to be real actor guy all day.
Have we done that before? I guess we've done reality stuff, but never scripted.
Yeah, we've never filmed a scripted show together. You and Corolla did a bunch, but
I do a bunch with him.
yeah. Well, I mean,
couple.
we did it. What'd you do? That show films out in North Carolina. What's a
Oh yeah, we did
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek.
We did Fired Up. Somebody actually found that old episode.
what is Fired Up?
It was
It sounds like one of the shows Tosh would say you're watching when he
No.
goes to break.
what's the girl from King of Queens?
Leah Remini.
Leah Remini was her show before King of Queens.
But she was still a Scientologist.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Did she try to give you guys
No,
grief?
she was very nice. No.
Yeah.
And also, you know who else was in that one? It was the guy that played Mike in Breaking Bad. Yeah. He was like a bartender.
Did
Yeah.
he still look all mean?
He was always played a bad guy.
Yeah.
But he was a nice guy in this one.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Brandon Boyd going to join us very soon, and then we also want to know: is it okay to sleep with someone on the first date? See how that works out. Yeah. So thanks to Jim Jeffries, and that'll be out in January. The next episode. We're on episode 2, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what I heard today.
Episode 2, season 2.
But it is fun. It is very funny, and it's very well written. I'm very happy about doing it.
My wife was even in it.
That's right.
And she was very good.
Yeah, she looks very pretty. She showed
good.
up. I unfortunately had to leave the set before you guys filmed your scene, but I saw your wife coming in out of makeup and wardrobe. She looked beautiful. And
We were watching Red Moon over Odessa.
did your wife get the messages I sent her?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they kept popping open when she was trying to open her phone to talk to people.
Good.
Yeah. Well done.
We can't talk about it on the air, but I actually made Dr. Drew break up, stop a scene with laughter.
And all nearly did it 10 times.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd really concentrate.
Anderson, right before we had this one scene where we filmed where we walk around a corner and
talking.
so it's Jim, myself, and Drew, And we're right before we turn the corner, we start our dialogue. And so they'd be like, all right, holding, and right as they get ready to say action, I would say something every time to try
Something
to.
Mike-like.
And Drew one time just got in. She's like, listen here, Jim. And just had to stop filming because it was really bad. I was going next level.
Why would you do that?
And see, Jim doesn't bother him. Rolls right off his back because Jim just thinks that way all the time.
Oh, I didn't know you went to Germany, mate. Devin, hello. Thank you for calling Loveline.
And it was very weird, Devin, before you go, spending a morning with the Australian after spending the evening with the Australian.
I forgot to
weird,
say
wasn't
that.
it?
I feel like I got.
Are they friends?
No,
That's
remember
what
they're
I
enemies.
thought. That's what I thought. That's why I didn't bring it up.
They're not real enemies, according to Jason, because Jason says that he actually feels bad because the only interaction he had with Jim was in studio with Opie and Anthony when they had Jason on the phone, and it was one of his first big radio interviews as a guest, and he knew Opie and Anthony were a big deal.
Right.
So he tried really hard to show off, and then him and Jim got into kind of like a
weird fight,
a peeing match.
Yeah.
And that's the only interaction they ever had, so it was just left on bad terms.
Wow.
And we tried last time Jason was in to broker a peace deal.
Oh, right.
And I think if they really were to sit down and get to,
I don't think
enjoy
either
each
of them
other.
really cares, in fact. But it
No,
was
but I
really
think they would
interesting.
enjoy each other. If
Yeah, they are two of my favorite people. They really are.
Devin, hello.
Hey, how's
What's
it going, guys?
What's happening?
Not much. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I just want to say I'm a huge fan of you guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right. So the question is, I've been battling addiction with opiates, and I just been wanting to get off of them. And when I do, I just get really sick and stuff. So I was just seeing if you guys had any suggestions on a way to better my life and put this past me and keep going with my life.
Well, there's only one way. I mean, I don't want to say that, but there really is pretty much only one way, and that's get yourself into an inpatient facility.
For extended period of time.
All right, because I did some research, and there's like things called Suboxone, and I don't want to get on methadone. Some people try to say that, but
Yeah, those half measures are just that. If you really you're really serious about getting well and you want to regain your life, you got to spend some real time.
Just some real time. All right, because I got some trouble a while back, and I had to go through like a outpatient Prop 36, and
Listen, if you were my son, I'd put you in a program for 6 months at least, maybe a year.
Okay.
In a structured environment where you can't get at stuff, where you're focusing on your recovery, and that would be that.
Okay, I appreciate it. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, real quick. I've been in a relationship with my wife for 6 years. We have a kid. We just haven't really. I haven't really been like attracted to her. I don't know how I should go about.
Stop eating it. Stop eating pills.
Right.
You
It's the
think
pills.
that's what the problem is?
Of course. Well, don't make any changes till you get off the pills. And even when once you're off them, you may have low sex drive for a while. But that's the reason.
Yeah, I just haven't really felt attracted to her for a while now. Even before the pills, it was like where I just felt like I don't want to be with her because we're like high school sweethearts. We have a 2-year-old son and stuff. So, but I just haven't. I don't want to break her heart because I'm like her one and only. But so I was just seeing if you guys had a quick suggestion.
Don't make any big changes right now.
Yeah, I mean, and also that's like saying I'm having trouble building a rocket ship to the moon. Can you help me out? I mean, it's such a complex thing. You're a parent with this young lady. You guys have been together for like 2 different phases of your life. You know, the high school coming of age and now the early 20s. So, I mean, you have a lot invested in her. And there's a myriad of reasons, Devin, why guys lose their physical attraction to the women they're with for periods of time. And I think it happens to even the non-drug addicted. I think it happens to regular old dudes who love their significant other. There's periods where you just aren't as into her as you are every other girl in the world that walks by you. I mean, it happens. But when the relationship's healthy, it always kind of pulls you back in, and that's the case. And you're a father, and you've seen her change physically, emotionally, and mentally more so than most guys because you guys got together so young. So,
I was a freshman in high school. I was a sophomore in high school. We never broke up. We never even took a break or fought or nothing. It's just one of those things where I catch myself where I feel like I look at other girls more, and I'm not attracted to her. But then there is times that I do feel attracted. Yeah. And there's some research that I've done where they said that it could be my addiction.
Oh, for sure. Listen, I'm not putting all of it in there. I'm sure there's other reasons, but opiates in general, it just destroys your libido compared to what it used to be. And also, I've seen it spur on kind of sexual proclivities that wouldn't exist in guys if it weren't for their use of opiate-based stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's because, like, you know, a while back where, you know, the sex drive, that was never
Hey,
a problem.
look,
hey, dude, listen, we can go on and on.
Right.
You need to just, bottom line, get clean, stay clean for a good period of time, and then start putting the pieces
That's
back
it,
together.
period. Do not think about anything else.
No ifs, ands, or buts, buddy. Hello, Edith.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
A little bit confused.
Okay.
My boyfriend and I, we were together. He actually called Loveline a few months back when you guys had the open forum of, like, what was the craziest thing you ever did for love. He's the one who signed the petition, or had a bunch of people sign a petition. I don't know if you remember.
No, tell us
We
again.
don't, but
Tell us the story.
Well, anyway, he did that. We ended up, like I said, so we broke up. He did
Wait,
that
what was
to
the
try to get
petition
me
about? What was the petition about?
back. To try to get me back.
that's pretty sweet.
Because he had broken up with me, so he tried to get me back by doing something different, and he had other people sign a petition. Sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sweet petition.
So we got back together, and before, when we were together the first time, we would talk about marriage and things like that, and recently we brought it up again. Well, I brought it up just kind of casually, and it seems like now it's not that important to him, and he's not on the same page as I am about it.
How old is he?
We're both 25.
All right, so chill out.
Well, I'm not in a rush at all. Like, I'm not even rushing him. It's just, it was just, we used to talk about it, and now it seems like it's not in the cards for him.
How long you dating?
Oh, like 3 years? I mean, we broke up within that time, but still, it's about 3 years.
So, how can we help?
I don't know.
I just don't know, like, am I wrong to see it as a red flag that he has changed his mind about it being in the cards?
I mean, if you're really, really invested in this relationship and you feel like he is Mr. Right, I definitely think that it is a significant change. You know, if he was even willing to talk about it at one point and is not willing to talk about it now, I definitely think it's significant. But I just wouldn't. I wouldn't put your cards. I wouldn't invest all your eggs in one basket at 24, 25
Okay.
anyway. You know, even if he is that great, even if he was talking about it. I just think that it's look. That's how old I was when I got married, and my ex-wife was great. She was awesome, and we just got divorced because we couldn't hold it together. There's just too much crap on your mind, and there's too much other crap to deal with to be truly present for the other person. And I'm extrapolating on my own experience, but I do feel like that is a pretty common kind of shared belief and experience. But
Okay. Yeah, okay.
All right,
Drew,
good
I mean,
luck.
do you
just wanted to
disagree?
make sure
No, it's
that I
fine.
wasn't. Well, I mean, I guess I wanted to get somebody else's opinion because
Yeah.
I felt like, you know.
Here's the thing, and this cannot be debated because I can get as many guys as you want to call in and back me up on this. A 25-year-old guy, exactly like specifically that age, or mid-20s, you go through this weird crisis where you're like, what am I doing with my life? And you just become so consumed with making something out of yourself that all the thoughts that you're consumed with and that go into making something of yourself do not include women. And a lot
So
of
they're not planning with women.
right, and a lot of 25-year-old women take that as an insult, and they take that very hard because they can't understand why this guy probably is very in love with you and does care about you, but all these overwhelming feelings, like a tidal wave, tidal in scope is this wave of stuff that hits you right in your mid-20s as a guy, where you're like, I got to start now. I got to start becoming something because I'm tired of being a nobody. And those feelings do not include I got to get a girl.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that is kind of where he's at right now, actually. That is one of the reasons why he said he wasn't sure if that's what he wanted to do.
be very open with him and talk with him, and that's the best advice I think we can give you is just try to really be open to whatever he's feeding you. And if he's not going to be receptive to what you're putting out there, then you might want to look into finding a new man. Speaking of a new man, a real man, Brandon Boyd, woo! Of Incubus fame, he has a new solo project, Sons of the Sea. He will join us here, and also later tonight during the open forum. We want to know: is it okay to have sex on the first date? God damn it, I sure hope so. That's later tonight here on Loveline. Go Dodgers.
One call is all it takes. 1-800-LOVE-191. 1-800-LOVE-191. Start punching in the numbers now so you're ready when Loveline returns.
Tune in on Real Self-Knowledge.
Pain and farewell at the terminal window. People who don't know, lost in her voice. In a pin drop parlor, calling for cocktails. Void, it's the space between mother and father. When dinner is over, stare at my plate, face in a pond, and I'm wishing for tadpoles. In the end, I carve out a space extraordinary, innocent, plentiful pattern, ordinary. In the end, I carve out a space extraordinary, innocent, plentiful pattern, ordinary. Sleep in sparrows in the draftiest corner of my girlfriend's 2-bedroom. Wake to the rain, raincoats are running onto slippery platforms. Vain, do I have to be the man on the telly telling me I'm not skinny? Long will I ever not for the fair at my doorstop, seesaws that never stop. In the end, I carve out a space extraordinary, innocent, plentiful patterns, ordinary. In the end, I carve out a space extraordinary, innocent, plentiful pattern, ordinary. In the end, we're innocent, we're innocent.
One 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Later tonight, during the open forum here on Loveline, we want to know, is it okay to have sex on the first date? Again, I sure hope so. Dr. Drew, I was, after today, we were on set. We were actors. You know, we got hair and makeup and kick-ass costume and stuff like that, wardrobe. I figured, well, the word got out that we're we're men of the camera now, and that's why there were so many random women hanging out here at the radio studio.
Oh, right. We came tonight? Of
Yeah,
course.
there's just random women that show up. They're
Yeah,
just
they
decided
heard about
to hang
the
out.
performances?
Oh, and then I realized Brandon Boyd, of course, is our guest here on Loveline, and that's,
Wondering where you're going with
that's the real reason why random women from all walks of life, all shapes and sizes, all ages, they come to see Brandon. How are you, man?
Well, you guys were on TV today?
Yes, we were.
Were you in a movie? Like, what was the
Well,
made-for-TV movie?
We filmed the sequel to Two Girls, One Cup. It's one doctor, one cup, and I play the cup. Drew,
Amazing.
yeah, it's very nice. No, thank you. Take my wife, please. No, we filmed a show called Legit, Jim Jeffries Legit on FX. It's a very funny show, and Drew and I are in an episode. It's kind of built around Drew.
It was a blast.
Yeah, very
Awesome.
very cool. Brandon, how are you?
I'm great.
How is it possible, first off, that you've gotten better looking since the last time you were here?
I am just a mirror reflecting you,
Yes.
my friend.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
I'd say the same to you, my
hey,
friend.
no rim shot there.
There are no bad-looking men in this room now that I'm thinking about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a very, very nice looking room.
Just make our
You
voices
guys
deeper.
want to take our shirts off? So let's just start there.
Take calls.
All right. Brandon Boyd is here. Tell us actually before we take calls, and remember our open forum tonight in about a half hour. We want to know if it's all right to have sex on the first date. Tell us about the new project, Sons of the Sea.
Yes, Sons of the Sea. Sons of the Sea is a new music project that is a collaboration between myself and super producer Brendan O'Brien, who's produced the past 3 Incubus records, many Pearl Jam records, many STP records, many Rage Against the Machine records, among others. He's a good dude, and he's had actually a lot to do with musical landscape of the past 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, he's kind of like an alt rock, production genius.
Yeah,
and he doesn't get the kind of. I mean, he's not like he doesn't get the kind of Rick Rubin publicity that some other major producers do, but he is that type of guy.
I've been blowing him up recently, though, because he was like, "Hey, what are you doing this year?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's do something." And he's, "You want to do? Let's do something. Let's do something." So we started a band together.
Is that
awesome.
kind of like the biggest? Obviously, the perks of being in a super successful band like Incubus are there. But I mean, is that creatively? Is that another great benefit? Is that you have the idea and a passion to do something? It's like you just kind of can do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to go to the moon. We're going to call Elon Musk and get on his
Tesla rocket.
The Tesla rocket. Yeah, that's next.
All right.
No, there are definitely perks, and this is one of them. It was a really cool opportunity to work with Brendan, and to continue to work with him. We've been performing some of the Sons of the Sea stuff acoustically here and there, and it's been awesome. He's an incredible musician. That's the thing that I think a lot of people might not know about him. I think musicians know that, but a lot of people don't know how just schooled of a musician on every instrument he is. So the record is him and I, and then Josh Freese, our good friend Josh Freese, played drums on the album.
Extreme drummer extraordinaire.
Yes.
And a guy who auctions off kick-ass stuff.
Is he still doing that?
I don't know.
What a great guy. He had a website where he would auction off trip to Disneyland with him.
Really?
Yeah. He didn't tell you about that?
Go to Red Lobster with him and Maynard James Keenan and eat acid with it was ridiculous.
But he
stuff.
actually did that stuff?
Yeah. He would auction off.
I
It
gotta
was all
talk to
for a
him about
great
this.
charity, but it was everything from super cool stuff like backstage tickets.
Write a song.
I'll write you a song and we can produce it together. Down to
this.
I'll buy you lunch at Sizzler. It was crazy. 1-800-LOVE-191. I think that we need to start up an auction for Brandon Boyd. I can think of a couple things that I'd like to get him to do for money. You know what I mean, Dr. Drew? You know what I mean?
I know.
What? Oh, I'm tweaking my nipples. I'm sorry. Peter, hello. Thank you for calling Loveline.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
How are you, buddy?
Good. Thank you for taking my call. So I've been dating my girlfriend for about 3 months now. We've been sex active for about a month now. And when we first started, she did complain a little bit about me being too big.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's never really been a problem, but she just got off her period a couple days ago. We've tried twice since, and now it seems like it really hurts her.
How long have you guys been together?
3 months.
Is it possible she has an infection? Or a cyst or something?
I don't think so.
Is it hurt only at deep penetration or just as soon as you get started?
Deep penetration.
Yeah, so she needs a pelvic exam.
She needs what, I'm sorry?
A pelvic exam.
Okay.
because that's a change. It's something's happened. It can be infection, it can be a cyst, it can be endometriosis, it can be various things. So get it checked out.
Cool.
All right.
so much,
How
guys.
big are you?
7 inches.
Oh, yeah, come on, you're fine. I mean, even for me, I mean, I'm jealous. Don't get me wrong, but 7 inches.
He's fine.
That's like,
Average.
that's what Brandon can get out of his zipper. There's still another 6 or 7 inches. Sarah, hello.
Hey guys, I have a question.
Yes, you do.
Whenever my friends are out, I seem to be the one that gets singled out by older men. These men are like in their 20-some years older than me.
How big are your breasts?
I am like teeny tiny.
Do you have giant cans?
I wish
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's tiny.
older men could buy me some, but no, really, why are older men always?
Well, that's why I said that. I wasn't just trying to be crass. I mean, a lot of times when girls get singled out specifically by older men, they're little girls with giant cans.
Why older guys?
I don't know. Older guys are gross like that.
Huh.
They are gross. They're creepy.
Gross.
Yeah.
But I just want to know, whenever I'm out with my friends, these older men always come to me.
Do you look? I mean, you're 27. Do you look super young?
I look super young. Yeah, I don't even look 27. I look like, I would say 21, 22.
So these are really creepy dudes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where are you
What's
going?
on?
Yeah, where are you where this happens?
Kindergarten.
I'm like, I
You're like at the vitamin department at Ralph's when you guys go out. Like,
I go to these places where most of the people there are my age, but then there's just happens to be that one or two,
Yeah, we know them. The Hito Ricks
47-year-old.
rolling in.
No, where do you
in
go?
the background.
Where do you go where this happens?
House parties or bars.
House parties or bars. All right.
yeah.
What do you do with your life? Is that your life? Do you just go out looking for guys to hump you? No, I mean, there's plenty of pretty girls that do that. That's why I didn't mean that insulting. Like, what do you do? Are you a student? Do you have a job? What do you do?
I'm a grad student and I work part-time in retail.
Okay, so look, if you're a grad student, don't you have a lot of exciting and interesting guys around you at school?
I go to fashion school, so there's not that many straight men that I could.
You don't use Ben Gay as like a leg cream or something, do you?
Do you wear gout shoes or something?
Yeah. Or sexy nurse shoes like this.
I honestly, Sarah, I mean, I think this is a problem that a lot of attractive women deal with in their 20s, but if you feel like you're the only one, maybe you're just hotter than your friends. and older guys are the only ones who have the balls to just constantly come up and talk to you.
It's frustrating. It'd be nice to go out with a guy my age or something.
Well, you don't have to accept their advances.
True.
Do you go out with these older guys?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Okay.
When was the last time you had a date with a guy that was close to your age?
Like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Relax.
Jeez Louise.
I
don't know what to do.
No, I think she's just curious.
I'm
Why
in a
are the
prison.
older guys? Why they're so on to her? And that's interesting, but we'll not know.
Brandon Boyd is our guest. Emily, thank you for calling Loveline.
Hi.
Hello.
So my question basically is, it's similar to the previous caller from the standpoint that I'm also a grad student, full time. I live on my own, but my problem is actually just having a really hard time meeting men in general. I've been single for a long time.
How long's a long time?
Like 2 years.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's weird. I don't get approached when I'm out with my friends or anything. Like I've never randomly given my phone number out to anyone and had it, or had anybody approach me in that regard. So I don't know if it's something that I'm portraying or what the deal is.
Do you ever gas guys out yourself?
No.
How come?
I guess I'm just a little bit old school in that regard. I mean, I don't have a problem talking to people when I'm out, but I feel like if they're interested, I would prefer them, say something as opposed to me having to pursue them.
I understand you prefer that, but when you're in your 20s,
It's been 2 years.
not only that, when you're in your 20s to declare old school, it doesn't even make sense. Listen, you're in your 20s. It's perfectly fine for women to ask men out. You may not like it. You may be uncomfortable with it. You may sort of defend it as I'm the old school. No, look, it's been 2 years. If you're interested in the guy, ask him out.
Okay.
And be kind of disciplined about this. You're a grad student. Go, ask your friends. In this day and age, especially when there are dating, online dating services and things. I mean, there should be so many opportunities, but you have to really put yourself out there. You can't just kind of wait for it to happen.
It's the 90s.
That's
Come
right.
on.
I've put myself out there though. Like I tried the online dating thing, and like I didn't really have any success with that either.
Listen, the best advice I can give you is start to build your social network. And I don't mean social networking online, like people at work, friends you meet from school and grad students.
And tell people you're
and
looking
just
to
get
date.
out there and start hanging out with people, and then see if you can find interesting men that you like personally, and then make yourself available to them.
Go to the farmer's market.
That's right.
They're
You're right
good
there in
dudes
Orange
at the
County.
farmer's market.
Go to BrandonBoyd.me, his official website.
Nice.
Yes.
It's radio tie-in, everybody. Brandon Boyd is our guest. Sons of the Sea, his new solo project alongside producer extraordinaire, Mr. Brendan O'Brien. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Call us up if you have a question for Brandon, or if you want to ask us about anything. We have lines open for you, and later tonight our open forum is it okay to have sex on the first date? This is Loveline.
One call is all it takes.
Exactly.
1-800-LOVE-191. 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline's coming back.
Yes. Yes. Anderson, did I send you the pictures of my Tom Brokaw cookies?
No, you
A
didn't.
nice young lady, very nice.
What?
Nice, beautiful young lady sent me a picture of Boo Cookies.
Oh, no.
Yes, and I just, the reason I mentioned Tom Brokaw is because he actually mentioned this, Brandon Boyd, our guest tonight on Loveline. He was mentioning a certain area outside of Tehran, and I believe it was this city, Anderson?
And Bukaki.
Was that a once presidential candidate?
That was Tom Brokaw saying Bukaki.
Oh, that was Tom
That
Brokaw.
was Tom Brokaw saying Bukaki. I will actually find
Brokies?
I will find on my Facebook page, Dr. Drew and Brandon Boyd,
cookies?
this girl who sent me a beautiful picture of cookies, and they were Boo Cookies. Brandon Boyd is our guest. More important things to talk about. Sons of the Sea, available everywhere music is sold. It's his new project. April, hello. Thank you for calling Loveline.
Hi, how are you?
We are good. How are you?
Good. I wrote everything down so I wouldn't fumble my words. So
Sweet.
Did you write that part down too?
no. Okay. My boyfriend and I have been together for 8 months, and for the first 6 months we were just head over heels and kind of inseparable, and we're still in love and everything. But a couple months ago, he started going out with his friends from work from like 6 p.m. until like 3 or 5 in the morning, and the whole time. He was completely unreachable. He never responded to texts or phone calls, and he was doing this like 3 or 4 times a week. And the first couple of weeks, I overreacted and was like freaking out because, number one, I felt like it was excessive and he was ignoring me, and number two, I'm not good with a lot of change all at once, so I was upset at my routine being changed. Anyways, that's how it started, and because we were always fighting, we weren't having fun together anymore, and so he started pulling away and going out more, which made me feel more unloved and caused me to bring it up again, and we fight again. And my question is how to stop this cycle.
Wait, you wrote all that down?
I
Holy mackerel. Well, look, I got to backtrack a little bit. You say he started going out drinking a lot and not responding to any texts or calls. And then you said you overreacted. What's overreacting?
Yeah, with no overreaction at all.
What? Sorry, say again?
What is overreacting? I mean, it sounds like something that is you'd be justified in being a little angry.
Really angry.
Yeah, that's what. I guess so. I just didn't. I wasn't handling it in the most mature way, I guess.
Describe.
Yeah,
I mean,
what does that mean?
Did you punch him in the face?
No, no.
Did you call his mom?
No, I guess he felt like I was being so clingy. Like I would call, or like there was a night where he was out until like 5, and I didn't sleep like the whole time he was out because I was worried.
Okay. This is not okay. Not at all okay. It's complete disregard for your feelings. It is not the way somebody behaves when they're in a relationship. It is not okay. And God only knows what he's up to. And if it's all just drinking, then he may have a serious alcohol problem. And God only knows what he's up to. That is anybody disagree with me?
No, I mean,
completely intolerable.
I agree that a young girl in a relationship shouldn't be too clingy and shouldn't be.
That's not being clingy.
But going out till 5 a.m. with his boys and drinking and not returning any of your calls and just being MIA.
Here's the appropriate response. Hey, cut that out or I'm breaking up. This is not a relationship anymore. This is abusive. Forget it.
Yeah,
So what do you mean you didn't respond appropriately?
Guys, I don't think this was ever a relationship. I think he's just having sex with her.
Could be.
No.
But he's saying
no. He's no. We after the first couple of times, it was like it got better. Like he would start responding or calling me back and stuff, and that was getting better. But I was still, and he wasn't going out as much. But my. I guess it just.
All right. What is the question?
Okay, I just don't know how we're still fighting over like my opinion is that we aren't spending as much time with each other as we used to before, which is true because he's going out a couple nights a week and he's not staying out that late anymore, but he's still going out and when every time we get together, the conversation comes up again, and that causes him to feel like he wants to pull away more because of the constant fighting. And my first reaction is to want to fix everything and draw closer to him. And so it's like the more we fight, the more he pulls away, and the more he pulls away, the more we fight.
Do you have? Is he home? Is he with you? Is he with you right now?
No, he's not.
Is he home right now?
No.
Oh, is he out with his buddies right now?
He goes out once a week now.
And he chose Monday?
And it's Margarita Monday.
What do you do for a living?
We work at a theme park.
Yeah! Woo!
Oh, boy.
You both do?
That's where we met, yeah.
This is an interesting conversation.
Yeah. What do you do at the theme park?
We're both ride operators.
Yeah. Do you work a more kick-ass ride than he does?
This could be the root of it.
I think his ride is actually way cooler than mine.
All right. Magic Mountain, right?
No.
Oh, Knott's Berry Farm?
No.
They're in Long Beach.
Disneyland.
Pike.
Yes.
Disneyland.
Okay.
Oh.
Where do you work at Disneyland? What do you do?
I'm in Fantasyland, and he's actually a canoe guide.
Canoe guy.
Canoe guy.
It's like a movie
Tom
unfolding.
Sawyer's Island.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You guys ever hump at Disneyland?
No.
Do they still have Tom Sawyer's Island at Disneyland?
Don't they?
It's not Tom Sawyer's Island anymore. They changed it to Pirate's Lair.
Does it still smell like pee constantly?
What's that?
Does it still smell like pee all the time?
I don't know.
I was a kid.
Do you know what happened?
Memory of that
they
place.
took Tom Sawyer's Island, they lifted it up, took it to Canada. Now Geddy Lee, he's just there, just playing Tom Sawyer by himself.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Listen.
There's Tom Sawyer keeps his eye on you.
All right, you still have really. How can we help?
Listen,
the guy's mistreating
he
you
sounds
terribly.
like a dick.
Yeah, terrible.
And you sound like you're a very sweet girl, and he's not treating you very well.
He's okay. I don't want to sound like I'm just defending him because I agree with him.
Hey, April, how can we help?
About
Wait, listen, you're not going to change our opinion. How can we help?
I just want to know how to break this cycle of fighting and pulling away.
I don't think you can. He does not sound like a good guy. He sounds like a guy who does not appreciate your feelings. I don't know if it's a stage of life or he's actually a severe narcissist or what, but he doesn't care.
Or
maybe he's working at Fantasyland.
Yes, in his off time. Or he's a young guy in his 20s, and he's
it's stage of life.
Just a big crazy douchebag.
It could be.
And we were all in that era of our life. I mean, we all went through that experience, myself included, where you're 19 to 20 something, and you don't even acknowledge other people's feelings. You're out having fun, and all you can think about is trim and booze, and that's life.
Okay.
But it's completely mistreating you.
Yeah, I mean, you are not in the wrong here.
Agreed.
And Brandon agrees. And if need be, he'll visit Disneyland and serenade you, and everything will be all right.
He'll capsize one of those canoes.
Speaking of Josh Freese again, got his musical career start where, Dr. Drew?
Disneyland.
Playing at Disneyland in the Dixieland Band.
Oh. Really?
That is 100% the truth.
I need to ask him more questions.
Josh
apparently.
Freese's first gig, like real professional gig, was he was the drummer in like the Dixieland Band over there at Disneyland.
Josh has an interesting life.
Yeah, he does. Just follow him on Instagram. You'll get a tiny taste of it.
1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. The reason I brought up Josh Freese, he drums on the excellent new album from Brandon Boyd. Brandon Boyd is our guest. The album is Sons of the Sea. It is his new project. And go to YouTube. Do it. I did it. Check out the video for Come Together. It's actually very interesting. Very beautiful song. Very beautiful video. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Straight ahead, a young boy. He is in college, and he has his eye on one lady alone that he goes to school with. And we're all going to work together collectively as a whole to figure out how he should ask her out. Later on tonight, we want to know, is it okay to have sex on the first date? My friends, this is Loveline.
This is Loveline.
It's a groovy way of relaxing.
Sit tight. Loveline's coming back.
she sings in the house of Sultan. Men in smoke, shadows from the light of the henna. Her son unties a cart of skins in the Medina. Silk and blush, scent and sound of arrival. Will I ever forsake the moon over Marrakesh? Will I ever count the stars under Marrakesh? Silently on roofs on tile over the square. Lovers lie on red walls, caress. Courtesan, she sings in the arms of her son. Silk and rush, vested vow, defiant. Will I ever forsake the moon over Marrakesh? Will I feel the burning winds in Marrakesh? Will I ever see the 7 saints of the city? Will we ever see the 7 saints of the old city? Black gun, dagger bleeds the love. Embrace, reaper quickly struck. Black gun, dagger bleeds the love. Embrace, reaper quickly struck. Don't seal, crimson ride. House of Sultan still to stand. House of Sultan still to stand. Baby Rose American. 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 Baby Rose American.
Yes.
Cookies.
Book cookies. It is Marcy Rodriguez. The beautiful Marcy Rodriguez. Big fan of Loveline. We like her very much. She sent us from Yuma, Arizona. She sent us the beautiful Boo cookies.
Nom 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 nom.
The Boo cookies. I guess picture of cookies that are, they are arriving on one cookie.
They're glazed.
They're glazed. Come Together, the first single off of Sons of the Sea, the project from Brandon Boyd, who is our guest. Very McCartney Beatles-esque, in my opinion. Did you?
Is it just the song title that?
No.
made you say that?
Not obviously that, but like the songs that Paul McCartney wrote for the Beatles, and then in his solo work after the Beatles, I get a lot of that vibe in there.
I'll take it, man.
Okay.
That's a huge compliment to me and to Brendan too. McCartney is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I congratulations on the record. And
thank you.
Do you like Incubus? Seems like a band that everybody is encouraging in doing their own little thing away from the band. Like everybody seems to have their own kind of very eclectic solo stuff.
I think it's good. I think it's good for us. I think that it allows everybody to stretch out and be whoever it is that they want and or need to be in that moment. I think it only is going to inform Incubus and the larger process of Incubus, when we make another record in healthy and beautiful and interesting ways.
Cool.
Yeah.
And everybody, do you guys, when you do that, you take time apart and you go do your own thing, you come back, is there more of a feeling of togetherness being in Incubus when you have that ability to kind of blow off steam in other places?
Yeah, I think so. I think that it definitely adds a level of complexity, but I think that's good for songwriting.
Right.
I think that we're looking for chemistry.
Gotcha.
No,
it makes sense. Brandon Boyd, our guest. Again, almost time for the open forum. We want to know, is it cool to have sex on the first date? What's your opinion on that? Christian, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Well, this is kind of strange being on the air, having you guys talk back to me, but I'll see what I can do.
Don't talk back!
Well, it's
that's what my dad always used to say. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's good to talk to you guys.
It's a pleasure to talk to you, Christian.
I really like what you do, Dr. Drew. You're great.
Thanks.
With what you do with people and on the Corolla Show and all the stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mike,
yes.
I've been turned on to you through Dr. Drew, and what you do is, I love what you do as well.
Thanks, man. Very nice of you.
And Brandon, I'm a big Incubus fan. I love your records.
Thank you so much, brother.
Make yourself in particular. That record, when I was in high school, that's not really one of those records that I turn to like angst or anything like that, but more so that was just when I was going through those tough times. That was one of those records where the lyrics really resonated and really kind of like not really gave me strength, but gave me perspective to look at things differently. And I really appreciate that. You made a real gem there, you and the band.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, I'm calling because I'm 18. I'm in college. I've always been kind of had a hard time around girls. I've always been kind of awkward around them. When I was in high school, there's lots of girls I was interested in, and lots of girls I tried to form relationships with. But I was just kind of in high school, it doesn't work out for everybody always, and I kind of drew the short stick in that regard. So now I'm in college. I'm a freshman in college, looking not really looking for relationships, just kind of, seeing what comes my way, and if there's somebody I'm interested in.
Christian, how can we help out, buddy?
Okay, sorry, I'm kind of making a long intro. I got a girl I'm interested in, and I want to think of more things. Actually, I need to think of more things to do, with her. I need advice as to.
Well, hang on a second. Have you asked her out yet? Have you asked her out yet? Do you date her?
No, not yet.
Have you had a conversation with her?
Yes, many times.
Many times.
How do you know her? Do you have class with her?
I've just seen her around. I met her because she was wearing a Mom's Mouth shirt, and I'm a big Mom's Mouth fan. So it's just
nice.
Kind of,
how do you know that she's available? Christian,
I guess I don't know. I've never
Christian,
asked.
dude, you were so anxious. You're putting, you're already like spinning yarns about how we're gonna, run through meadows and picnic baskets.
A hilly brush.
Go ask her spend an afternoon at a coffee shop with you. Keep it simple, and then if that works out, then ask her out to dinner. All right, keep it simple. Don't overthink this.
Where in Southern California are you?
I'm not in Southern California.
Oh, where are you?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, okay. So
UAB?
When Krista put up California as your place of residence, it was far, far off. Okay, I don't know. So yeah, do you go to University of Alabama?
Birmingham.
No, I'm in Birmingham. I don't know. I'd kind of rather not.
Okay, fair enough. I was just gonna say, like, cause there has to be massive. When you're talking about massive schools like that, and I don't know what school you go to, but all the schools down there in the south are
pretty small school.
Oh, it's a small school. Okay.
I think keeping it simple is great advice.
Yeah, do not overthink this.
Yeah, start simple. Don't put anybody up on a pedestal, especially this early on.
Coffee.
Coffee. Or if she's not into coffee, offer her tea.
Yeah. And then dinner, if that works.
And that's also a great idea because when you go straight to drinks or anything involving like partying,
She's 18.
But they're in college, so you automatically.
Yeah, but he wants plans.
I
How could he go
understand,
do things?
but I'm backing you guys up that when like a chick, and I'm speculating here, there's something very unthreatening about first date being something that is not involving going to get drinks or going. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea.
Do they
of
have classes
coffee-
together? Do you have any classes together?
No, he says he just sees her around.
We don't have any classes together. No.
Oh, right.
I say, coffee's perfect. Just say, look, I see you around, and I was wondering if you want to go get some coffee.
Let's
after
hang
class.
out.
Yeah. When's your last class today?
How do I make it clear that I'm not really saying, hey, let's go get coffee as friends. Let's go hang out as friends.
Well, I mean, I think
you don't even know she's going to do that yet.
Yeah. No. But he brings up a good point. He probably always hears us
if it
say,
works out,
yeah.
you ask her to dinner.
I have gone to places on campus to, hang out with her. I've gone with walks on her on campus.
Right.
Then ask her out to dinner.
This
Simple.
is how. Next time you're on a walk with her, say, what time is your last class today? Especially if it's like a Friday or somewhere closer to the weekend. What time's your last class today? She'll say, 3. After that, you want to meet up and go grab some coffee. Then from there, meet her at her class. That's a gentlemanly thing.
Right.
And then go get some coffee. And then I think your personality and your behavior there will intimate whether you're more of a dude looking for romance.
Your goal then is ask her out to dinner. Now, if she says no to the start of this, which she may, because she may have a boyfriend for all we know.
Yeah.
Then that's that.
She may hail from the island of Lesbos.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Overthinking.
You know what I mean, Dr. Drew? That's
Okay.
Island of Lesbos.
Got it.
Where lesbians mythically came from. Caitlin, hello. Caitlin.
Hello?
Caitlin, yes.
Hi, how are you guys?
We are amazing.
Fantastic.
Brandon
And I
Boyd is
wanted
here, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that in.
Hi, Brandon. I've been a really huge fan of your art and your music for years. So
Thank you,
I'm really
Caitlin.
excited to get to talk to you.
You too.
You want to know something interesting about Brandon Boyd that I remembered that he said a long time ago?
I would love to.
And maybe I'm just having a weird acid flashback, but I kind of remember that. Brandon was scared of going number 2 because his brother used to tell him that spiders would crawl in his butthole.
Close. Big Bad Wolf lived in the toilet and would come up and bite my ass. Nice memory, though.
Thanks, man.
Spiders.
Yeah.
I like the way it morphed. Wow. Anyway, Caitlin, what's up?
So I had a question about my relationship with my boyfriend. We've been dating for about a year now. And he's a fantastic guy, and he loves me so much, and I love him too. But the only problem with our relationship is our sex life. And he's 2 years younger than me, and at first it was great, and then he kind of told me the things that I was into, he wasn't into, and since then it's just been really, really hard for me.
Like, what does that mean? What did he tell you?
So he hasn't been with very many people. I have been. And he's just not really into anything more than just, very, staring you in the eyeballs and very...
He likes very conventional sex.
Vanilla. Yeah, very
okay.
vanilla,
All
I
right.
like to say.
But you also said that you're 2 years older than him. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, okay.
He's
There's
26.
There's an
And-
interesting opportunity here, though. Sorry to interrupt you, Caitlin.
Well, I took that opportunity.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you could teach him. You
Yeah.
could school him in the ways.
How'd that work
And
out?
He was very open to it in the beginning. And I'm not talking, crazy things. I mean, I've actually been in BDSM relationships, and I'm not necessarily looking for that. I'm happy to not go there, but I guess I can say I'm just bored, and very, very rarely does it, ever get me off.
Okay. But listen, Caitlin, I think if you're going through something that is, it shows that you're a considerate person, and that's nice. But I think after 18 months of being in a relationship and giving it a good shot of trying to ask him to broaden his horizons and do things that you really want, and giving it a good go, if you still after 18 months you are not getting what you need sexually, there's nothing wrong with ending the relationship because of it. I mean, I think it's a way important factor in a relationship.
Well, this brings me to another quick point. I won't keep you guys forever, but I brought it up to him, and I've told him, I don't think I'm being unreasonable. This is just something that's very important to me, and I put sex up there, with, it's.
We got to go to the open forum, so get to the point, please.
Okay, so I mean, he basically thinks that if I were to break up with him over our sex life, it's ridiculous.
Well, that's his opinion, and he's wrong.
It's sad, but that's...
And I think so, too. And
okay.
But it's usually very important for people. So the fact that doesn't make it important...
And by the way, we've talked about this a lot, Drew.
Yeah.
People have certain sexual kind of levels.
Patterns, yeah.
And if a guy's not at that level, he's not going to grow it. The guy who's not into BDSM is not going to become into BDSM.
Right.
Like, you're not going to turn someone who's into vanilla sex into a guy who's spitting in your face. Like,
Right.
it just doesn't happen.
Right.
So, you kind of got to deal with what you... Good, thank you, Siri. You got to do what you got to do. Brandon Boyd is our guest this evening. Sons of the Sea. His new solo project, fantastic stuff. BrandonBoyd.me is the official website. And it's now time for the open forum. Is it okay to have sex on the first date? It's that simple. What are your opinions? What is your experience? 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. It's Loveline.
It's time for you to give us your opinions and insight.
Mother has old-fashioned ideas.
Well, I don't approve of it.
Here's tonight's open forum.
Yeah, buddy. Brandon Boyd making some very good points off the air. Yep. Brandon Boyd, beautiful artist, a beautiful man, a beautiful musician.
And I like coming here. I don't know why. It's
that's because I
reminded you about the big bad wolf coming out of the toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
I wash your balls up very good. You deserve it, man. You're a very nice guy, very, very beautiful man, and also a very talented guy. Oh, and I don't want to bring up a sore subject, and it might not be a sore subject, but you still have that beautiful bulldog?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's holding down the fort right now.
Because I saw you walking your beautiful bulldog in Venice.
Yes.
You and I both cruising around that neck of the woods, and I had my bitch dogs, Dr. Drew. Brendan's a beautiful, stately bulldog. Beautiful man. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Give us a call right now. It is the open forum. We want to know, is it all right to have sex on the first date? What is your opinion? What is your experience? Sasha.
Well, whether it's right or not, I certainly want to do it on the first night, because otherwise what's the point of having a second date if it's going to be boring when we're not getting it?
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah. Have you always felt this way, or is it as you've gotten older?
Dude, I have been in a relationship on and off, different relationships since I was 17. So now that I'm single, I'm like, forget relationships, no more. I just want to get laid.
And so you don't want any more relationships?
No, I don't know. I just want to take a moment and just sow my seeds, even though I'm a chick, so to speak, and just have some fun. And
did the relationships end badly?
No, not
okay,
even.
Good. That's great. Outstanding. Nothing more.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay.
Yeah. Where do you live, Sasha?
I live in Glendale.
Oh, Glendale!
You want my number?
Glendale, Arizona, or Glendale, California?
California.
Oh, that's right, bro. Glendale, California, my friend, huh? I make you good deal. George, hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hi, George. Do you think it's okay to have sex on the first date?
Absolutely, and I sure have definitely a number of times.
Yes.
And relationships ensue, or
thank you for that.
Interested in continuing to see these people, or no?
I don't know. It's kind of these days with the social networking going on, it kind of makes it hard to. It seems like even when you find girls who want something serious, they still end up having sex, and then it kind of leads to like, well, I kind of don't want that after that point. But
Yeah, a lot of words, not a lot of sense.
What did you say?
Somehow Glendale's responsive, even though it was the same, wasn't it? No.
What'd you say? I just heard a lot of stuff. I heard.
Okay.
Let me do this.
Okay.
Let me do George. It's like
Yeah.
today with social networks, and then the girls they'll have sex, and then the feelings of like later on,
Not a lot of stuff that they want to do it with.
Anyway, period. I don't know.
All right, well said. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. I certainly have done it. I've had long relationships that came out of sex on the first date, and I've done it, and nothing came of it. But I don't know, in my personal opinion, I don't know if there's any correlation to the success of like the relationship with how early on you have sex. I mean, I just don't know.
I think it depends on the age of the people too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it depends
I
a
mean,
lot.
people in their 30s, they're not really wasting a lot of time. I mean, you know what I mean?
It's like, really, why are we going out to dinner together? It's so that we can hopefully hump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at least second, third for sure.
Yeah.
And people in their 20s is sort of a mixed bag, I think.
It's funny, though, because, like, my wife made me wait, like, 4 presidential elections to get in her pants. And look at us, which is, like, insane, especially considering we only dated for, like, a year.
The old 16-year rule, huh?
Yeah, she was 16 years, 500 dates of waiting around. But it was just kind of, like you said, I think it was a product of age, but also a product of the point in our lives. We were both coming off divorces and both coming off of making bad decisions, I think. And then it was like really both of us were committed to
Let's be careful.
looking for something beyond that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Sure.
Natalie.
You're afraid of screwing it up.
Yes. Natalie, hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello,
Hi.
Natalie.
So the first time I ever hooked up with someone, like the first night meeting them or on a date, he ended up being my boyfriend like a few months later.
Nice. A few months.
Yeah, like right after we met each other, like hooked up, we started dating, and like we dated for a few months, and we just like recently got together.
All right.
More seriously, you mean?
Yeah.
No, because you made it sound as if he banged you, never called you, and then a couple of months later he's like, so, want to resuscitate that?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. Look at you. All right. Very nice. Chris, what do you think? Sex on the first date?
Yeah, why not?
He's got the top down, like
Next
riding
caller.
on the highway, whatever.
You make a compelling argument, Chris.
But well, you know what I mean? Well, I've had my fair first date and sex on the first date, and to be honest, I kind of just stayed friends with that girl. We kind of just had like a mutual, really respect for each other and a friendship built from it.
It's like a pantless handshake.
Oh.
Hey.
It's a good band.
Well, more than a handshake, but I mean, yeah.
All right, Chris. Have you ever considered a career in speech writing? Magali? Magali, hello.
Hi.
What do you think? Sex on the first date?
I would say yeah.
And have you put that into action in the past?
Yeah, with my current boyfriend
Oh.
before we started dating. That happened.
And
before.
has it ever backfired on you, though?
Is that in this book?
No. It's always started off with that and then led into a relationship, and then the relationship lasted for a year or whatever, and then it ended.
Okay, so every guy you've slept with on the first date, you've ended up in a relationship with, and basically, and every relationship you've had started with sex on the first date.
Yeah.
Okay,
Your party.
there you go.
It's like a vagina's a vacuum.
It just sucks you in.
Virgina.
Vagina.
I believe Edison said virgina.
Verge.
Casey, hello. Is that a virgin's vagina?
Hi.
Hello, Casey.
Hi, how are you?
We're great. What do you think about sex on the first date?
It is absolutely fine if everybody is on board and comfortable.
Well, I think that goes without
How
saying.
many people are on the date?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. When you say everybody, what does that mean?
On a date.
Okay. So
That could be like the hot new thing. Like you go on a date with like 5
yeah,
people.
like 5 people going on a date.
Yeah. Is it okay then? This is a deeper conversation.
Again, if everybody is of age and consenting.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, listen. Whether there's 5 people there or you're just 2, isn't that a given? That if you're gonna have sex, that everybody's consenting and on board?
No, I know, but like if it's the first date, everybody like there's different levels of comfort that you have to get through.
We'll have to do another open forum for rape on first
there's-
date.
Yeah.
Huh?
And his first date rape, really rape. I mean, like, come on. Who's with me?
Oh,
Jesse,
my
hello.
Hi.
Jesse, how's your girl?
Thank
you.
Woo!
Yeah, good girl. I just got that.
Yeah, thanks. So what's up? What do you think about sex on the first date?
You can't give the cookie up that easily.
Okay, finally, someone who has the contrarian view. So you do not believe in sex on the first date?
No, I mean, I believe you can do it once at least in your youth. Because I mean, come on now, you want that entertainment, memory for the rest
You're
of your life.
23 now. What?
You're youth.
How youthful do you have to be?
Well, I mean, at a young age, at this age, why not? But if you want something more serious, I think you'd have to wait a couple of dates in order to, make sure that the guy's interested in coming back.
Is it ironic that she has like the sexiest speaking voice out of everybody we've
Yes,
talked to so
it's
far,
true.
too?
So your notion is 3 dates.
I would say after the third or fourth date, then,
Listen, that's great. That's your opinion, and that's fantastic. That's fantastic. What do you think you gain though by waiting? Do you think that there's you get a chance to get to know the person better? What is it?
You get respect because then the guy's more interested in knowing that you're in it for the long, for more than just the sex. And I don't know, you find more passion actually after you get to know the person and get to know what they like, and
That's your experience, and that I agree. That's great for you. But has it ever backfired? Has a guy ever given you like not only less respect, but has he ever been gone because he didn't get any booty?
Yeah, and I've heard funny stories after of them getting some STDs and stuff.
Oh, well, that's a given. Come on.
Yeah.
My penis is a petri dish.
Funny stories.
Yeah. I've heard funny stories.
Comedy.
Heard funny stories about him dying of AIDS. It's hysterical. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Brandon Boyd is our guest. The man who truly has the most sexy speaking voice we've heard all night. He's reading a hot sex instructional book as we speak.
It's called Caught from Behind, page 46.
Is it on a cot? COT?
No, but the drawings are weird.
Yeah. It is. It's like hentai porn.
Kind of.
1-800-LOVE-191. Enough about hentai porn. We want to talk to you about your ideas on sleeping with someone on the first date. Is it good? Is it good to wait? Is it good to have sex on the first date? Get it out of the way? What do you think? Come on. This is the 90s, people. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. It's Loveline.
This is Loveline.
Well, I knew I'd never be the same. A young boy in the basement. Well, no one ever reached that high of a face, and that was our boy for sure. It's rock and roll, oh, oh. Follow the behavior. And now stop question from my man, Dad. You want to be a failure, young man? Well, how long's this baby yours gonna last? My friend said, oh, subscribe, yes, and enjoy. To the rock and roll neck romance, boy. Now you ask me why? Oh, well, boy, I get the answer. This is the way we've always been. We're all fucked up together, need to offend. We're not concerned about the message we send. It's rock and roll. This is the way we've always been. Correct, knock down, drag out ground. Not concerned about the message we send. It's rock and roll. Tables and death machine engine. Gas tanks full of hot meals and your friends. Gals in hands on them
Yes. Bukaki.
Bukaki.
Brandon Boyd.
Can't get over that.
Bukaki.
Brandon Boyd's releasing Sons of the Sea. Check out the new video for the first single, Come Together, on YouTube or at brandonboyd.me. Brandon Boyd, good dude. And now going to write a entire book and subsequent album about Boo Cookies.
A cookbook.
It's
a cookbook.
A Boo cookbook! Yeah. We already had Cooking with Cum, remember that?
Oh, yes.
And we... that was, again, the funniest thing you ever said besides Nickel for Scale. Like, since Nickel for Scale, it was spaghetti and skeet balls. Well done, Dr. Drew. But right now, we're in the middle... Wow.
Bukkake Cookbook. Here we go.
We could be onto something here.
There's a real cookbook called Cooking with Cum, and it's actual recipes with human semen. And we discovered it like 2 years ago.
It's
and
disgusting.
We started coming up with potential recipes, and I had like the creme brulee and
nice.
I like the just tawdry, low-hanging fruit.
Beef stroganoff.
The beef stroganoff was pretty hot too. I think that was Anderson's edition.
Wow.
But then Drew, out of nowhere, just comes with the Widowmaker of spaghetti and skeet balls, and I just. I mean,
that
I know,
kind of just someone walked over my grave.
and Mike pulled up all the pictures of the stuff they've been cooking. It's just it is
the flan just look like
a high protein diet though.
Yeah,
right?
no, very good with high omega-3 acids. But right now, listen, we're talking about sex on the first date. That's our open forum topic. Is it a good idea, bad idea? Have you had experience with it? Andrew, what do you think?
I think it's a good idea.
Why?
Well, this is circumstantially too. My fiance and I, we actually had sex on the first date, but we spent 3.5 months getting to know each other as friends before we started dating.
That doesn't count then.
Why not?
Because well, I mean it does, but if you got to know each other, quote unquote, then you were essentially dating. You just weren't boning.
Yeah. Well, okay. If I knew the person for the first time, I wouldn't have sex with them.
Why is that?
On the first date, like if it was the first, because I don't know them. I don't know if they've got anything. I don't know,
Yeah, but
it's just
okay.
it's dangerous is
That's
what
your
it seems like.
that's your prerogative, and that's fine. But do you know if they have anything if you go 3 months without having sex? I mean, you're not going to ask someone to get a panel of tests.
They may not know. Pretty common.
That's true. But
All right.
I would still feel safer doing it if I knew the person.
All right, fair enough.
All right. Thank you, dude. Anthony,
Hey, what's up, guys?
what do you think?
I mean, all right, being a guy, of course, I mean, having sex on the first date, obviously what every guy wants, but I am against it totally, 100%. My last girlfriend, probably like 6 years ago, we had sex the first time we met, and she ended up cheating on me all the time, behind my back. So I'm totally against having sex on the first
So
date.
you associate the tendency to cheating with someone who would be willing to do that with you on the first date.
No, yeah, totally.
Okay.
I mean, I barely knew this girl. I had sex with her. I mean, we were quote unquote in love, but she was cheating on me with her ex-boyfriend the whole time.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my. I mean, I would have sex with the girl. I mean, the first time I met her, like at a bar or something, but not like a girlfriend material.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. By the way, Brandon said that Jesse, who a caller we took just before the break, had a sexy voice. And I just went on her Twitter. She's actually very attractive. Very beautiful. And she says, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Beautiful speaking voice.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me. You remember, Dr. Drew, were you here the other night when a young lady called up complaining that she thought she was too hot to get dates?
Yes.
We got her information. We're setting this up. We're going to do Loveline, the dating game. We also got some male listeners that are like, I'd knock her boots from here to Czechoslovakia. We're gonna get it going.
Good. But she claims this? That's
She-
like the drummer, I'm too good to be in most bands, what we
Right.
were talking about.
Right. So I said, all right, you're so hot. Send me a picture. Let's see. She's very attractive.
Right.
So she said, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's not that I don't want to sound conceited. It's that I'm too beautiful. Maybe I'm giving off some vibe because every girl around me at work and when I go, they get approached. No guys ever talk to me. And I feel like I got it going on. So she sent pictures. Sure enough, she's cute.
Right.
Whoa, what's going on? Oh, okay. Sorry. I was hearing an echo. And so we're gonna get that happen. I'm gonna wear a tuxedo. We're gonna do it big.
Awesome,
Dr. Drew. Loveline dating game. Chelsea, hello. Sex on the first date?
It depends on the person, really.
I like this answer.
Like, I think it depends if you know yourself well enough, and if your partner is, secure enough in themselves that you think that you can handle it on the first date.
Your partner is secure enough.
Yeah, like I think both of you have to be secure enough in yourself.
I don't think the guys are thinking that way. I get that you might be thinking that. The guys are sort of not thinking about whether they're secure enough. Like they're so overcome with, Mike. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's just not so black and white, though, is it? It's a very black and white question.
I think you're right, though, that it does just depend on the people. That's
circumstance,
for sure. Yeah.
weather,
age of the people, what the relationships they're just coming out of or going into.
Yeah, what you had for dinner. I mean, so many things.
Well, like with me, I have an anxiety disorder, so it's I've just gotten into being so secure with myself that I feel that I could do that.
Okay.
I thought, circumstance does come into play. Like, for instance, if you live here in Los Angeles, for instance, I live in Venice. If I went on a first date with a girl who lived in West Hollywood, and we went to dinner where I picked her up and we went to dinner out there, I can't really go take her back to my place. After the date, it's a strange to go drive 45 minutes. I know it sounds crazy, but 15 miles does take 45 minutes about here. But you know what I'm saying? It's not reasonable for me to be like, so let's just go back to my pad, and I'm not gonna impose and force my way into her place.
Right.
So a lot of it is kind of circumstance. Like when after the first date,
The hypertube's going to change everything.
The Tesla hypertube. Dr.
Yeah.
Drew.
First date, New York City,
wait.
2 hours.
That's going to be a sex move too.
Totally.
The hypertube. Matt, hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi.
We're talking about sex on the first date.
Yes, sir. I used to believe in it 100%. Like, every girl that I got with, I would sleep with on the first date, or I wouldn't talk to them, period. But,
wow.
But I got with this girl. I moved. I got out of the military. I got with this girl, and I started dating her, and I tried everything. I tried everything to get in her pants. And she would not give it up for 3 months. And finally, even after she gave it up, I had a lot more respect for her because of that. And I think our relationship was able to build and grow because she did hold out. Now, I mean, I'm not some Don Juan, like I could get any chick or whatever, but I thought I had some skills. So her not giving it up gave me a lot of respect for her, and we're actually married now. And
Oh, my gosh.
She's pregnant now.
How long
and
did you
we
wait?
have a really good relationship.
How long did you wait?
I'm sorry?
How long did you wait?
Before having sex, we waited about 3 months, or she made me wait 3 months.
Okay. There you go. Mike, how long did you guys wait?
God. 3-4 months,
Same as this guy.
and like 10 dates, like legitimate dates. And my wife's old as crap, and I'm
Yeah, I had
old.
quite a few dates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then now I humped a baby into her. It's in her stomach, Brandon.
Thank God it's there.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Tess, hello.
Hello.
How are you, Tess? It's a pretty name.
Good, how are you?
We're good. Brandon Boyd is our guest, and we're talking about having sex on the first date. What do you think?
I think honestly the only time it'll be okay is if it's with Brandon Boyd.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I agree.
Good answer.
I agree completely. I would never cheat on my wife, I think, but if I was at some nice boutique restaurant in Venice, candlelit, and all of a sudden he walks in with his bulldog, I'd be like, look,
What are you going to do?
it's time.
That's how I roll, too.
Break my-
Candlelight, boutique restaurant.
That's right.
Gluten-free.
I'd say,
Can't resist.
Exactly, right? But for real, I don't think it really matters that much.
yes.
If you're interested in the person, then go for it.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Very good answer. I'd say, Brandon. My
Should we
butthole-
go for it?
I'd say my butthole is gluten and meat free.
At which point I go, huh?
What? Makes no sense. Chloe, how are you?
Hi. Hello?
Yes, Chloe, here we go.
Hi. Hi.
Chloe also confused about a gluten-free butthole. Yes.
Oh my goodness. So, I would only have sex on the first date if I was not trying to get into a relationship with him.
Oh, now why though? I mean, I see where you're going, but why?
So I feel like it's like the longer that you can wait and hold out, that's like the stronger the relationship will be. Like if I were to
Yeah, but let's just say it happened. Does that preclude a relationship?
I'm sorry?
Let's just say it happened. Does that mean a relationship couldn't happen?
No, I just think that it really it just lessens the chance of like something serious.
I understand,
I think
but
the guy will take me less seriously if I put out right away.
okay, I do see where you're coming from, but I feel like the adage of guys don't respect women who give it up quickly is a bit dated. And I also think that you're very young, Chloe. You're 21. When you get a little older, you'll see that most guys don't. There are some. You're right. There are still some guys out there that look at women that way. But I don't think there's as much of a correlation as you're making it out to be. Also, I think you run the risk of having guys get disinterested in you because they're not getting sex.
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
And that's just what I've come across so far.
No, of course. And if it works for you, I believe I'm in no way trying to sway you otherwise. But I just want to throw that out there, that there are plenty of guys who may respect you more, but there are certainly guys who are going to bounce because they're like, I need some booty.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
All right. Thank you for the call. Thank you to everybody who called. That was a very good open forum. Got some good answers. I agree that sex on a first date, probably not a good idea unless it's with Brandon Boyd, who is our guest this evening.
There you go.
Sons of the Sea, his new solo project. Available everywhere music is sold. Also, support this great young artist, his books, his artwork, all available at brandonboyd.me. What is your Twitter handle, Brandon?
At Marlon Brando.
I guess there's really no one there to tell you no.
Yeah. No, that's my Instagram. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's my Instagram. Thank you. What is my Twitter? My Brandon Boyd.
Okay. You didn't want to go with like my Rock Hudson or something? You just picking
right. My Boo Cookies.
I might be changing mine. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Give us a call now regarding anything. If you want to talk to Brandon, if you have a question for Dr. Drew, pick up the phone and dial us up. You know what you're listening to, my friends. It's Loveline.
This is Loveline.
Loveline.
The neat way to dispel the problems of the day for a little while.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
We all know the kids go crazy for the hot Cheetos. Little birdie tipped me off to the fact that kids on the streets of Orange, California can't get their hands on any. Streets have run dry. So I'm here to give them the product that they want. I'm a dope man. That's what I do.
Dope man, dope man. From the mob. Dope man, dope man. Boy, get a job. Dope man, dope man. As much as he can. What'd you say your name was? The dope man.
Yeah, hot Cheetos. You kids need some?
How much?
First bag's for free if you tell your friends.
First bag is for free?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you need your fix, right?
Huh?
You need your fix, don't you?
Huh?
You need your fix. You love these, don't you? Take care of yourself, kids. Hey, tell your friends. I got the best stuff on the streets. You want some hot Cheetos?
Yeah.
You got quarters? I don't do this job for free. But maybe. You kids got friends?
You have friends?
You got friends? You popular at school? You guys popular at school? First bag for free. All right? Listen. Tell all your buddies. They know where to come when they get hot Cheetos, okay? You need some Cheetos? You want some Cheetos? Hot Cheetos? Just gotta keep my head on swivel, you know? You never know when one time's gonna roll up. They can't stop me from hustling. It's in my blood. What's up, ladies? You like what you see? Shake, shake. You cluckers hear that? Shake, shake. You like what you see? You need it, don't you? Don't eat that. It's second rate. Girls! Girls, you need some? Daddy's got your medicine. 25 cents can change your life.
Wait.
Are you interested?
What is he
Takes you to Flavor Town.
gonna do?
You know, usually I run about 25 cents for the first try. But for you guys, first bag's free. What do you say?
My mom wouldn't let me.
Your mom wouldn't let you? You gonna live your whole life doing what your parents tell you to do?
Not until I'm 18.
Look, I'm not here to try to lead you down the wrong path. But life's for the living, kid. If you want it, you eat it. Don't listen to your mom.
Okay.
What are you eating there? That's good and all. But if you really want to step up your game, there you go. Ba-dow. What do you say I give you the first bite for free? You like that, don't you? My boy's hanging out over there in the cut right there because he's a consistent customer. He's a vet. He's going to need a little more than a dime bag. What's up, dog? Here's your key. Here's your key. I knew I could feel the heat. Yeah, fingers started twitching. Keep on rolling one time. Keep on rolling. You don't want none of this. And people ask me why I do this. You know, sometimes it's hard. It's all the money, man. I grew up seeing the boys with the gold and the Cadillacs. It's like I wanted that, you know? Just another day moving weight. Just another day moving weight.
Yes! We are 138. Jessica from Idaho is calling. Brandon Boyd is our guest. I think you have a question for our guest.
I do.
What's up, Jessica?
First of all, Brandon Boyd, you are the most amazing man I've ever seen in my life.
Wow. Thank you.
When did you see him?
That's nice.
I saw you whenever you played in California, actually. But my question has to do with your art.
Sure.
Where can I get a hold of it online?
We're still trying to work out that whole 3D computer thing. You can hold the art soon thereafter. What do you mean, like
poster size? I heard.
Oh, right.
Copies of your art.
Sometimes I do limited runs of paintings and things that you can usually access at the website. Shameless plug, brandonboyd.me. Sorry. But yeah, I don't think there's any available right now, but they do go up every once in a while.
Drat. Okay. Well, I will.
Sorry, I can't be more of a help. If I see you ever, I'll just draw you a picture.
An excuse to talk to you to tell you the truth. So.
Same for me. How you doing? It's been too long.
Mission accomplished.
We don't talk enough.
I know. What's up with that? Well, sir, thank you. You have a good night.
You too.
Where do you live in Idaho?
I live actually in Payette, which is like 45 minutes from Boise, and it is in the middle of nowhere.
Do you like it?
It is amazing. It is a really quaint, small town, but, you know, I like to know everybody.
Is there a lot of, and I don't mean this as a joke at all, but like what's the breakdown of ethnicities in a place like that?
Oh, it's rather sad, actually. I'm from Cleveland, so I'm used to black people. We have, I think, 3 in the entire city.
Wow.
Which is really sad. We do have a huge Hispanic population, which is kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
But,
is that because it's a agricultural town, or is there a lot of?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Makes
It's a
sense.
very small farming area.
Man, I'm always fascinated about like the different places around the country that I'll probably never get a chance to see, but it's fascinating. All right, thank you for the call, Jessica. Nathan, hello.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Nathan?
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Okay. For starters, what are some good self-help methods for dealing with situations, stresses, such things like that?
That was so vague. There's absolutely no way to answer that question.
That's a very, very
What
broad
are you
question.
talking about?
Oh, well, actually, I called about maybe a couple weeks ago, and that was about controlling emotions, anger, stuff like that.
I do remember that, where we were like,
yeah,
it's a
I wanted
problem.
to get help myself, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, yeah, what I've been doing, actually, I stopped drinking for one.
Okay.
Stopped drinking alcohol, and I've actually been, drawing when I, feel anything, getting strong or whatnot. And I'll just say, what are some general, self-help methods of?
Stop it. Stop
keeping your mind
Stop asking that question because there's no such thing. So you have to be very specific.
Well, okay. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Actually, I that's pretty much the question is only vague. Sorry about that. But
okay. I mean, listen, you can't search for problems that are internal. We talked about. I think they talked about that last time. It's a big mistake a lot of people make is that they keep looking for outside sources for internal problems, and you need to be if you're at age 27 really dealing with excessive anger, confusion. You have to get introspective and talk to a professional and force yourself with the help of someone else that is trained in the field to become truly self-evaluating, and that's not easy, dude. And it's not going to
requires hours and hours and hours of very focused, very specific intervention.
And I wish there was like some self-help book or some motto that could help you, but it's just not the way it goes.
Yeah. Well, last time it was kind of focused on anger, which it necessarily wasn't really focused on anger too much. It was more about emotions in general. I'm talking about like the caring, loving, anger, jealousy.
Okay, listen. I can't imagine we had an answer for you then either.
Yeah. All right. I mean, what I said stands, I think. Jeff, do you have a question for Mr. Brandon Boyd, who is our guest?
Yes, I do. Thanks so much for taking my call, guys.
Of course.
Brandon, first of all, thanks for doing the 2 signings in New York. It was great to see you and chat with you.
Right on. You too, man.
I hate to interrupt, Jeff. Wasn't it in New York or was it Boston that you went to jail like out of the blue?
New York.
Yeah.
I just felt like going to jail that day.
You have like a hand grenade or something? Like
I had a holy hand grenade in my bag.
I remember hearing this story, and I thought to myself, like, if there's someone in the music world that would have a hand grenade, I was like, okay, Nugent, maybe.
Right. It wasn't a hand grenade. It wasn't a hand grenade.
What was it? It was a
switchblade.
Switchblade. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, are you in West Side Story? What do you need a switchblade for?
That was wishing. Yeah, I tried out for West Side Story, and I wanted to take the audition very seriously. No, it was just a stupid mistake. I had it when I went on a camping trip, and I forgot it was in my bag, and it made its way to the bottom of like my travel bag that managed to make its way around the globe for like 6 months post 9/11, and then a random check one day.
One of those days, yeah. And so you spent some time in a holding cell,
Yeah. It was a very interesting day. I made the concert that night though.
Nice.
I had to get the last minute flight to, I think it was North Carolina that we played.
I
got a police escort on the way to the show though. So I started the day being arrested, ended the day police escort.
That's pretty sweet.
Big rock concert. Kind of the most rock day of my life.
If you had to be like locked down with a city's police officers, I could see New York PD being either really cool guys to hang with or like a nightmare. What was were they pretty cool with you?
I got really fortunate. These guys were super, super cool. They were all in like hardcore bands from New England, and so we just basically spent the afternoon. I had to sit in the jail cell, but they're all huddled around. Like we were just exchanging like band stories.
Dude, I saw GBH play in '79.
Yeah. It's exactly what it sounded like. Yeah.
That's right, buddy.
I got lucky.
Had some chowder. Jeff, hello. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to talk about NYPD and hardcore bands and Switchblade.
Yeah, so my question was, a few weeks back, I remember seeing a Facebook post from one of the many loyal Incubus fans online, and they had called out this artist who appears to have incorporated some of your artwork as his own.
Oh, and right.
There was a number of, enraged fans who were saying they were all going to tweet you about it. So I wanted to ask if you heard about that, and if so, what was your reaction?
I did see that, and, there was a mixture of things going on in me. A little bit of flattery, a little bit of like, hey, can you do that?
Yeah.
I don't actually know what happened with it, to tell you the truth.
Right.
I don't know if it was something that was here or in another country. I'm not sure, but you could definitely. He was borrowing for sure.
Yeah, Yeah, he definitely was.
I think it went to the guys as sort of inspired by type of a thing.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Can I ask one more quick question?
Yes, sir. What's up?
How did the Ben Kenny song "I'll Be Outside" come together?
Oh yeah. For those of you who don't know, he's talking about a song that Ben Kenny from our band Incubus wrote that I sung on with Kaki King, who's an incredible guitar player. And I was actually finishing Sons of the Sea mix at the studio with Brendan O'Brien, and Ben was finishing a track in a different studio, so he invited me over and was like, "Hey man, you feel like singing?" And then there you go.
Very nice.
Simple.
Thank you for the call, Jeff. Thank you for the questions. Appreciate it. I have some breaking news, gentlemen. We were talking earlier about Cooking with Cum, the amazing cookbook. Keel Griffin on the Loveline Facebook page, he writes to us, apparently the people that did Cooking with Cum have a new book out called Semenology, the Semen Bartender's Handbook.
Ugh.
So you get you can accompany.
It's for sailors?
No, not seaman.
Oh,
yes. It's what?
It can still be for sailors, though.
That's funny. All right, 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. What I'm saying is you can accompany a meal with semen beverages. Sons of the Sea is Brandon Boyd's new solo project. Get it everywhere music is sold. BrandonBoyd.me, the official website. My friends, give us a call. We only have one more break with Brandon. If you have a question, you know what to do. Pick up the phone. Dial 1-800-LOVE-191. It's Loveline.
Richer looking, better tasting, more appetizing. Sit tight. Loveline's coming back.
All right, it is Tuesday night, 2 days before Thanksgiving, about 11:30, and I am on a dark desert road heading for Tombstone, Arizona. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit freaked out because the last time I was here, I had a rather unpleasant experience with some of the locals who didn't really think I was quite the hoot that I thought they would. The last time I was here, I didn't see a single person. And this time, oh my gosh, I'm gonna park in the same place I parked out last time. Bar where that guy was a douche to me. Am I even allowed to park over here? Why am I talking to myself? So this is Tombstone, Arizona. And can you hear those animals? That's freaking me out. So there's not a lot of people out here at night. In case you didn't notice that. In fact, I'll go with there's no one out at night, except for me, apparently. Okay, this is giving me the creeps. Let's get out of here. All right, so I'm in Tombstone, Arizona. I came here to shoot some video and hopefully get something good, and unfortunately it wasn't that great. I was pretty bored. I came in last night really, really late and stopped by here, but that was a catastrophic failure because there wasn't a single person out. And I went for a walk, and it's just basically a bunch of tourist stuff here. I don't dislike it, but I don't think it's that interesting. So, in lieu of walking around showing you Tombstone, I'll just show you this. Enjoy. This is the Cochise County Attorney's Office. That must be him. He had a lot of books. That's probably his mom swinging by to visit. This is the courthouse. This is pretty cool. I'll tell you one thing, if it's really cold outside, you want to sit on the right side where the heater is. You also can't sneak in because it's really noisy. So this is where it all went down, with a nice echo. Probably gave it more of an air of authority. And this is where the jurors, what do you bring your f***ing dog? Tell me this guy didn't have to get up to pee a lot after drinking that much water. All right. Let's mosey on out of here. So that was the courthouse. I actually feel like a jury just acquitted me from being sentenced to boredom. This is Wyatt Earp's old tombstone, which is like a fake little western town within a real western town, which is really greedy, trying to get all the tourist dollar you possibly can. What the f***? Holy shit. That scared the crap out of me. Oh my god. Yes, I am that much of a big, huge I don't know why I'm going up here after that. Oh, did western towns really have wheelchair ramps? Tell me this guy didn't have bad breath. The Wyatt Earp House and Gallery. Oh no. Closed Tuesday and Wednesday. We will open Friday, November 20. I don't like that heart over the eye on Friday. Wyatt Earp wouldn't have done that. Jeez. And this is a statue of Wyatt Earp. And it's got a metal gate around it. Probably so people don't try to have sex with it. This statue is pretty badass, actually. And I know he's like a legendary figure in Western times and Western folklore, but I bet you, like back in the day, he was just a total dick. Wait, maybe that's Burt Reynolds. All right. Oh. How much for that stump? You're telling me that baby's for sale? All right, this is getting stupid.
Ta-da! Yeehaw!
Hmm.
One 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. We've been talking a lot about cooking with cum, Brandon Boyd. We've been talking a lot about the new Seaman Bartender's Handbook called Seamonology. Thank you to Keel Griffin. But Sons of the Seamen.
We've changed
Really,
the band
yes.
name during the break.
It wasn't just me. It was a brilliant idea from a man in the Brandon's camp, sitting back here on the couch, just enjoying.
Thank you, Steve Rennie.
Steve
That was
Rennie
awesome.
really thinking of a good way to get some synergy in marketing the new album from Brandon Boyd, Sons of the Sea. And the first album would be Come Together, C-U-M.
Exactly.
The first single, yes.
The tour would be definitely healthy because we'd be eating, this stuff that they already have
Natural.
cookbooks. Very natural.
Yes.
I think it's gluten-free.
It's organic.
Yeah, it's organic.
There's no wheat and jizz.
Nah, not a one.
By the way, bookmark that one, Rune. That's a great quote that we can always put on a T-shirt or something. That there's no wheat and jizz. Anna, hello.
Hi.
What's up?
Thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
I had a question about climaxing. I'm 23 and I've been with my boyfriend for a couple months now, and I just, no matter what I do, I can't seem to reach a climax.
A very, 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 very high percentage of young ladies are like you. It's not uncommon at all. There's nothing wrong with you.
Okay.
Do you masturbate when you orgasm? Excuse me. Do you orgasm when you masturbate?
The only way I can is like with a vibrator or something.
Okay. So in the bedroom now, you are probably a girl, like most women, who orgasms from clitoral stimulation, not from your vaginal canal. There are some girls who can orgasm from penetration, but very few. Most of them get it from clitoral stimulation. So start incorporating your hand or maybe even a vibrator into sex, and that'll solve your problem.
I have something to add as well,
Yes,
if you don't
Brandon.
mind. How long have you been using your vibrator, if you don't mind me asking?
Couple years.
You might try backing off of that, or just try more like manual stimulation when you're masturbating. The vibrator it can act like putting too much salt on your food for too long and desensitize your taste buds, so to speak.
It's a good analogy.
So if you back off of that a little bit and learn, I don't know, your body will sort of relearn. But also you can try things like different positions,
Boo
things
cookies.
like that. Yeah. But I'd say back off the vibrator for like a month and see what happens.
Okay.
You're like, I'm not.
And I know. Look it. I know very well that women love their vibrators and that they're awesome. But Brandon brings up a good point. If you switch to just when you masturbate using your hand, it'd be a more kind of natural feel, and it'd be more closely resemble, something that you would get in the bedroom. So and also don't be afraid to bring clitoral stimulation into the bedroom. Believe me, your boyfriend will not be offended.
Isn't it like awkward? Like, how do you do that?
No, I prefer it. It's when he's
positionally wise, like how do you?
Yeah, when he's inside of you, whether it be him from behind or you on top, you just reach down and start going for it.
Or he can too.
Yeah.
Between the two of you, there are 20 fingers.
Whoa.
That's a good point.
That just blew your mind, huh? Like 20.
And 20
Okay.
toes too. If you've
That's true.
been working on your.
That's 40 things that can be adding to this equation.
If
here.
you work on your crane position,
Yeah,
if you
math is sexy.
strongly opening up the hips in yoga, you can incorporate the toes.
All right. Well, I think I have some stuff to work on. Thank you.
Get to work. All right.
No problem. Chris, hello.
Hey, my question is, my girlfriend just got a car, just got her driver's license, everything. She's 18, I'm 19, so we're both very young and everything. So, I'm trying to help her out because she failed her smog test, and she's very upset about that and everything. So, she's not letting me help her. She doesn't have a current job. Her parents can't help her. I have a temporary job. I'm a temporary employee, but like I have some money that I can spare and everything, and she does not want me supporting her in any way.
I kind of support her, dude. And I mean, I think that you got a real good girl on your hands, and it's not because like she's not a gold digger. It's that she recognizes that although you may have some extra cash, it's not like you're rolling in the dough, and she doesn't want to be looked at as someone who's riding gravy trains, and I think that's very admirable.
Also, the whole driver's license thing is such an important rite of passage. I think that, like, especially for like young Americans, that she wants this one to be like all her. You know,
like I get that and everything. Like we've been going out for a little over 2 years and whatnot, but like we're talking about possibly wanting to get married in a few years and whatnot, and
Right.
so I need to try and I'm trying to show her that I can try and support her, but she's not letting.
Okay, how about this? How about you say, honey, I'm here for you if you absolutely need it. I just want you to know that the offer's there, but I definitely respect your ability to decline. So just, kind of put it on her and makes her, she looks at herself as someone that you respect, and you give her the decision.
Okay.
So you say, look, the money's there. I'm willing to help, but I'm not going to force you, and I respect the fact that you can make that decision on your own, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, dude.
All right. Thanks.
No problem. Evangelina,
Hi.
thank you for calling Loveline.
Hey, I am very lucky to be on the phone with you guys. I'm a big fan, and my question is for Brandon.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. How do you get your ideas for your artwork?
how do I get my ideas?
Yeah, like where do you get your ideas from for like all your art?
Oh, I wish I could say that I just sort of steal them.
Yeah.
More qualified artists.
That's
an interesting question. That's they come from nowhere. They come from everywhere. I don't really know.
I hate to sound
specifically.
kind of trite with it, but don't they just come from life? I mean, just you
Yeah.
experience life and you kind of collect that. You're your
Yeah.
experiences and your feelings and stuff. And
Yeah, each of us, we're each are like a weird little like lightning rod, so to speak, and we all have a different kind of filter that we interpret life through, and so the things that I sort of make are sort of my way of interpreting my experience, I guess you could say.
Wow, that's awesome. And I also wanted to tell you that you're like the most gorgeous man alive.
it's true.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That's a scientific fact. It's very true.
Great
Brandon,
sound effects, by the way.
That was Anderson. Again, a big night for Anderson. Brandon Boyd, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, man. Always
Thank you
been
for
a great
having
guest.
me.
And support this young man. Very talented guy. All his artwork, his books, his writings, and of course his music at brandonboyd.me. And the new solo project, Sons of the Sea, available everywhere music is sold. Again, check out the new video at brandonboyd.me or on YouTube. Come Together. Very, very good song. Very interesting video, too. A lot of people have checked it out, and I highly recommend it. So please, come by anytime, dude. It's always great to have you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, another very talented young man, Steve Aoki. Steve Aoki is going to come in the studio. He's going to talk about electronic music and have a good time like he often does, and he's going to smash pastries in Dr. Drew's face.
That's like his thing? I did not know this about Steve.
He has like Instagram videos of him just destroying pies and cakes in people's domes.
That's how I met my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not through Steve Aoki, but she smashed a cake in my face.
Really?
Before we even said a word to each other. Yeah, true story.
You have to be so hot to get away with that?
Yes, she's very beautiful. She like rammed a cupcake up my nose.
Look, kids, if you're ever wondering how to approach someone, there it is. And in this crazy mixed up world that makes you think that nobody cares, we do. Be good, people.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or the station. Loveline is produced by Ann Ingold. Engineered by Anderson Cowan. Executive producer Norm Pattis. Loveline is a presentation of Courtside Entertainment Group.
End of message.
The end of a perfect evening.
Something tells me the show's over.
The end of a perfect evening.
I've always admired your show.
Have you ever considered hosting your own talk show?